eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The eSIM Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. The eSIMstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at eSIMstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios.
Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. CPU is sweet, it can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15, I got that phone to nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. CPU is sweet, it can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
All right, welcome back. eSIM Studios Podcast Livestream, episode number 150. I had everything set up today, and I'm like, something's off. It's the lighting. Give me a second. Hang on. All right, I got to do a new intro for the podcast. The audio podcast is really taking off. I was looking at the analytics. It's doing really good. Okay, hang on. I got it, and I'll trim this out. We're doing this live on there, right? All right, let's go.
Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIM Studios Podcast live stream, episode number 150 on this Monday afternoon, July the 15th, 2024. I hope everybody had a good weekend, nice and relaxing weekend, right? Mondays, you know what? I used to hate Mondays, and now I actually enjoy them, which is very odd for me to say and to admit. But I do. I get to get back in the swing of things. I guess when I was employed, I hated Mondays. But now that I'm kind of like self-employed, I actually like it because I can get on my grind. I can hustle. I can make up, get to work, or, do work. But no, it's all good. Hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. We got some interesting news. I wanted to let you know I've added some items to the eSIM Studio store. So if everybody's unaware, simply go to, it's kind of catchy, right? So I have an app, right? eSIM Studios app. So it's eSIMstudios.app. And then also have a store, eSIM Studio store, eSIMstudios.store. Makes it easy to remember. That's why I did it. About 2 years ago, side note, about 2 years ago, I don't even know what they call it, the domain society or whoever's in charge of making the domains, the .com, the .net, the .online. About 2 years ago, they opened up the gates. So if you go buy a domain, there is a long list of domains you can buy, right? So, I mean, it's crazy. If you can buy .xyz, .xyz, what the hell is that? At least the app, at least the ones that I chose have some meaning to the actual website, app, store. I have eSIMstudios.com. But anyways, if you missed this podcast, if you missed the live stream video form, especially if you're watching on other platforms, right? Because I'm streaming on Twitter, Instagram, and a bunch of different YouTube channels. So if you catch us at the very end, have no worries. I repost the podcast entirety and clips on the eSIM Studios podcast, on the eSIM Studios YouTube channel. Simply search eSIM Studios on YouTube, or if you want to take us on the go, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you listen to them, Apple Podcasts, right? Amazon Music, iHeartRadio app. Simply scroll up to the search bar and type in eSIM Studios, and we shall pop up. Now, let's see here. And before we get into it, I wanted to remind everybody that the NFL season right around the corner. I think the Baltimore Ravens report to camp this Saturday. Somebody told me that. I thought they were lying. I double checked, and it's true. Now it's the rookies, but the rookies will get there like a few days or a week before the regular players. But they're starting mini camps this weekend. So I'm gonna schedule a call with my co-host on my Chiefs Studios. Those of y'all that don't know, I also have an NFL YouTube channel. I think we have like 20,000 subscribers. It's growing. It really grew last year. Helps with the team being good. Now, you don't have to be a Chiefs fan to to watch this, right? I made it Chief Studios because that's my favorite team, right? Ever since a child, I have family in Kansas. But I incorporate the whole NFL. And then I was kind of getting at Raiders fans. I don't crap on other teams. We actually incorporate the whole NFL. We just, focus a little more on the Chiefs, but we do all games. We do betting odds. Anyways, long story short, got a conference call tomorrow with my co-host, and we're going to get scheduling set up and all that good stuff. So we're going to get back recording on Chiefs Studios. There's also an audio podcast for that as well. So, and YouTube channel. So if you like football, again, you don't have to be a fan of the Chiefs. And whenever I record, I remind myself in the back of the head to talk about the whole NFL. So we get all the hot topics in, all the games, all that good stuff. So I'll even live stream on game day. So if you like NFL, come on over to Chief Studios. We would love to have you over there and talk some football, right? So got tech and I got football. Two things I love. Family, football, tech. I'll shut up. Come on, let's go. All right, so in the news. Oh, by the way, did everybody get their trade-in device? If you ordered a new Samsung foldable, even a watch, right? You can, I posted that deal where you can get a new Galaxy Watch. It's Galaxy Watch 7, like $23. Requires a trade-in. The really, really good trade-in deals for the Fold 6, Flip 6 require a trade-in. Well, I got my trade-in. So here's the, what is this? Flip 4. This is when I fell in love with the Flip series. However, this phone is severely flawed. If anybody's ever had this phone, it brings back good and bad memories. Because I'm like, oh man, I used to love this phone. And I was like, wait a second. This thing drove me crazy. So if you're not familiar, this had a 3250, I think 3300 milliamp per hour battery. Very small. Just over 3000 milliamp per hour battery. And here's the issue. Because I don't mind if it has a small battery, but the charging was so slow that here's the problem. Battery would run out fast. This is the worst performing battery I've ever had on any cell phone in my life. Wake up in the morning. At that time when I had this, I would wake up at 7 a.m. and unplug it at 7 when the alarm goes off. This thing would be dead by lunchtime. So right around 11, 11:15, 11:30, it's literally in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, less than 10% every single day. No problem. Well, big problem, but you go to charge it, right? You need to last the remainder of the day. This phone charged so slow that it was not usable for the rest of the day. Essentially, because the battery would run out so fast and it charged so slow, you could never catch up. You could never get another full charge in the middle of the day. It drove me crazy. It was a huge flaw. I don't think Samsung obviously expected. I don't think any company in their right mind would put a device out that would run out of battery so fast and charge so slow. So going into 2 generations after this, the 5, and now we're in the 6, much bigger battery, much better battery life. I think this 4 had the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. And a little faster charging. Look, having a OnePlus spoils you. And do any of y'all get battery anxiety? Is that what they call it? Battery anxiety or charging anxiety? Do any of y'all get that? Where you're always worried about your phone getting a low battery. It's truly amazing when you have a phone that can charge from 0 to 100, still no decks on the Flip. Now, I'll get to that in a second. Using this phone made me realize something. Because you would think this thing charges so fast. I've actually run out of battery, like literally hit zero while I'm watching YouTube or listening to YouTube, and the phone goes dead. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I realized the battery went down to zero. This charges so fast. 0 to 100, just over 20 minutes. I made a video about it. I'll probably release it here sometime this week. 0 to 100, just over 20 minutes. You can literally just sit there and watch it. It gives you a little animation. 1, 2, 3. It charges so fast. I don't ever think about battery, because here's the thing. I haven't used a OnePlus device in probably 2 years, right? So what have I been using? Pixel, nothing, Samsung. None of those three have fast charging. Now, they say they have rapid charging, or Samsung has these super fast charging. No, they're lying to you. That's still slow charging when it comes to the OnePlus phone. I'm always looking at my battery. I'm blessed. I get to work from home in a home studio and this and that. But even when I didn't, right? I worked blue collar jobs for roughly 30 years. Maybe not 30, maybe 25 years. So I was always out of the house. Now, not all those was with a cell phone, but the second half was always worrying about the battery when there were removable back phones and external batteries. I was the guy that kept, 2 extra batteries in my pocket wherever I went, just in case. It's amazing that having such a fast charging phone, I don't worry about the battery now. I was on 11% 2 nights ago. And I was like, well, let me charge it real quick. I went to go brush my teeth, right? Talking to my daughter for a minute. I walk back to my phone. It's like 79%. And we're talking 5 to 7 minutes. I mean, it is absolutely insane. I do not know why. Oh, that reminds me. We'll look into the OnePlus Nord 4. The one that kind of looks like the Pixel 2. It really, really bothers me that these other companies, I'm not saying match OnePlus's speed of charging, but at least do something. These companies are just stuck on, it basically takes an hour to hour and a half to charge a battery from 0 to 100. And I don't understand. I don't know if they're scared of producing fires, like with the Note 7 fiasco, Samsung Note 7. I don't know. The technology is there. So I don't know why they're not taking advantage of this. But long story short, nice looking phone, but boy, I got rid of this thing so quick. You would not. This thing drove me crazy. Dead by lunchtime, and you could probably charge it to 15-20% middle of the day. And then it goes quick. And then I think I have, is it this YouTube channel? I think it was at the very beginning of this YouTube channel. If not, I have it on my, damn, I think I deleted all those videos. And whatever. I was gonna say, I documented the issues with this and took screenshots of the battery life. So whatever, that's 2-year-old phone. We're not gonna talk about that. But trade-ins, right? So I got mine in, waiting for my Flip 6. I don't know why I got a brain fart. Flip 6 to come in. They still haven't shipped it yet. I know a lot of people are getting their devices early. But we'll get into, I got some Pixel news here. Let me grab this other phone. Oh, check this out. So I got some good news on one of the CMF products. I will be giving the buds away in a contest, right? I still got to do a review. I don't know why they approved me for that and not the other two. So I replied back this afternoon, like, what about the other two, the phone and the watch? So while I try to hammer out the details again, I know they're busy and it's all good. I'm not trying to bother them, but just trying to get some clarity. But we will be giving those away probably next week. I'm going to continue to use them even though they fall out of my ear every 5 seconds. God, it's a pain in the ass, man. What a shame. What a shame. Like, I don't know what they can do in the design. It just don't fit my ear. I don't know what else to say. I have a feeling Samsung is going to be the same way with these stems. I'm actually looking to get... that reminds me, I need to ask them about the ear A's, because they did mention a month or two ago they were going to send me the ear A's, nothing. And I've never got anything, so maybe I'll have them send those as well. But I need to try the OnePlus buds. I need to try the Nothing buds. Excuse me. Well, they're buds, but they have stems. I just don't think Samsung's going to work, but maybe we'll give them a try. So we will get into the news here. I hope everybody's doing okay today. Man, I tried all of them. I tried all three now. Here's one thing that you might find on the aftermarket, right? So Amazon, do you remember the Galaxy Buds Live? The little bean looking ones? They look like a pinto bean. You can just stick in your ear. Those didn't really stay in either. Now, there's a little hack, right? On Amazon, you can get little silicone inserts that cover the whole bud, right? I think they were like $3 to $5. I bought a whole bunch of them actually. And it helped. It really did. Now, here's the problem. Let me go back to Samsung. They're such a big brand that somebody probably will make aftermarket silicone inserts that encase the whole bud area, not the stem, but just the part that goes in your ear. Like this part. Damn, I hope it doesn't connect. I got my audio in my other ear. So the items that I was talking about, basically it's the same silicone as this tip, except to apply it, you take this tip off and then you put this little sleeve just over the bud part, just over the top. It fully encloses 360 degrees all the way around the bud. Because I think that's the issue. The plastic is slippery, rubbing up against in my ear with some natural oil, right? Skin oil, just slips right out. Silicone does have some resistance on my skin. But going back to Samsung, I think an aftermarket company will make some sleeves like that for these new Samsung buds. But CMF, being a smaller brand, not so well known, I doubt a third-party company will make silicone sleeves for these, right? Now, everybody's different. I totally get that. What works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. It's just the luck of the draw. It's like, we can't choose what kind of ears we get, so that's why I've always stayed away from stems. I tried them a long time ago. They never worked, and it looks like I'm going to have the same issue moving forward. But we'll see. I'm going to give Nothing a try and give OnePlus a try as well. They make some really, really cool looking ones, at least. So the Samsung ones look so weird. They look like the Cybertruck for some reason. The problem with Note 7 was the battery barely fit into its housing position. Someone even made a GTA mod where the grenade was a Note 7. Do you remember Gnarls Barkley? CeeLo, the guy from Outkast, from Goody Mob. CeeLo, the big fat guy. I guess he's probably most well known as Gnarls Barkley. I think his last hit was a while ago, but yeah, I think you would recognize him. He had a video. Now, I think he said it was fake, but this was years later. He was on a Note 7, and it was like he was in a studio, like a recording studio. And at the time, everybody thought it was real because he had the phone. He was just sitting like this with a phone, right? And it was kind of grainy, kind of black and white, but he was sitting like this on the phone. And then he kind of leaned back, was looking at it, and then when he put it back up to his ear, boom, it blew up and all a bunch of smoke. He said it was fake. So a few years later, I saw it in an interview. But I did not want to give up that phone. In fact, I was the last wave of people that traded it in. Because remember, I didn't know how serious they were going to be. Did you have the Note 7? Did y'all have the Note 7? We got 2 Note 7s. Love that phone, man. Classic Samsung Note. Pen, stylus, big phone. It was badass. I did not want to give that thing up. And then they basically kept on pestering us, sending text messages saying, hey, you got to trade that phone in. Hey, you got to trade your phone in. And they eventually sent me a text message saying, hey, we're going to cut service to that phone, period, if you don't trade it back in. It's like, God damn it. And they ultimately screwed us on the deal because they had us trade in the Note 7s. And what did they give us in return? Well, they gave us an offer of you can either get the Samsung Galaxy S7 or S7 Edge. That's what AT&T. That's when I was with AT&T. They screwed us on that deal because the Note 7s were mad expensive back then. You got an S21 Plus. Yeah, that's a nice phone. I had the S21 Plus. I had that forest green one. Good phone. Really good phone. I think, what is your all-time favorite phone? Or that's like picking your favorite child for me. Give me your top 3. Like just the phones you always you wish you had right now, or phones that you always went back to. Even the top 3 for me is very hard. But classic phones. Nexus 5 was probably one of my all-time favorites. The Note 20 Ultra. Man, what a badass phone. All-time favorite. And damn, you really got me on the third one. Shit. Because I've had... I don't know. S21 Ultra? Yeah, that was a nice phone. Did you get the pen with it? Because remember, they didn't sell it with the pen, but you could get that case with it. Oh yeah, that's the same color I had. Matte black. Matte black. I remember I sold that thing to pay a bill. Boy, I was so pissed off. I was going to use some other choice words, but man, I regretted that so much. You ever do that where you sell a phone or you trade a phone and afterwards you're like, God damn it, why did I do that? Or like 2 or 3 days later, you're like, jeez, now I got to go find the phone again. S9 Plus, S21 Plus, S23 Ultra. I've had... I don't think I had the S9 Plus. I think I had the S9. Very good phones, man. Do you remember the Galaxy... What was it, the Band-Aid back? Was that the S5? I was thinking, my dad had the last Exynos processor that was really badass. I don't know why. I just think of random stuff. I was thinking about it yesterday. The the only time where I actually used a device and I was like, wow, I'm really shocked, and it performed really, really good. Relative, back in the day, we're talking about. The only Exynos processor that I was really impressed by was the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. Do you remember that one? The Edge Plus? Only Sprint. It was only a Sprint model. They only sold it at Sprint. But that had an Exynos processor in it. And I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but that was a badass phone. I know. HTC. I had the very first 4G LTE phone, the Thunderbolt. HTC Thunderbolt 4G LTE. It was, I was living in Houston at the time. The silver one. You remember the H2? That was a badass phone. Yes, LG G4. Another badass phone. Right there. Man, his phones are so different today than what they used to be. I still would like to see removable backs, although you're gonna have to twist the arm of these manufacturers, like the EU is doing with Apple. Now, Apple's not gonna make this next upcoming iPhone, not the 16, but the 17. They're not gonna make all iPhone 17s with removable backs, especially if they're gonna make a super slim model. Just not gonna do that. But in the EU, they're gonna have to sell iPhones with a removable back. They're putting that into law. It is really nice buying an extra battery or two, isn't it? And keeping it in your pocket. Give me a second, guys. We haven't even gotten into the news yet. Where are we? 30 minutes? All right, we'll get to it. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, so to round out my favorite, so I have Nexus 5. I had the black one. God, I love that phone. Man, I flashed so many ROMs on it. It was like my little test phone. I changed the battery on that one. I bought an aftermarket battery, one that had like 300 more milliamp per hour battery size capacity, and put it in there. I modified the Wi-Fi antenna in there and the network antenna in there. Nexus 5. Damn, I don't even remember what I said my second phone was. I know HTC. I'll have to I give it a good hard thought, because I probably had a couple hundred phones over these last few years. Give me a second. Oh, that reminds me of flashing. I promise we're gonna get to the news, and the replay. I'll probably edit some of this stuff out, but I'm gonna start a service on our website, not the app, but eSIM Studios store. Let me change the damn music. Alright, so check this out. So at eSIMstudios.store, look what I got front and center. Not the mini PC, but this right here. So I'm going to be selling quite a few. I mean, I have some more phones to put on here. I'll probably always have a Pixel, right? I have LLC, a registered LLC in the state of Texas, and I have access to wholesale items, right? So I have a phone supplier that I am going to be getting a few. I'm not going to be having truckloads of phones shipped to me. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 or 5 at a time. But I'm going to always be selling Pixels. I'll try to, at least, among other things. Samsung, OnePlus, whatever. So, if you purchase a Pixel device on our website, right? You got the 7, you got the 8 at the moment. I'm going to have an option here that you can add on to it. If you want me to install Graphene OS, I'll install Graphene OS and I'll ship you the phone. Or if you did not buy your phone from us, let's just say you bought it from Google, right? 6 months ago, whatever. And you're thinking about putting or having a de-Googled phone or running Graphene OS. I'm setting up the details right now where all the fine print. I gotta have the legal stuff in there that I'm currently working on, but where you can send me your phone, I'll install Graphene and I'll send it right back to you. As you could imagine, there's a lot of issues that could go wrong. So I just want to make sure before I officially offer it on the website, I want to make sure I get all my I's dot, my T's crossed, right? Because I would have to, if a customer wanted me to install that, in the total cost of everything, that would include, you would just have one fee, and then essentially I would take some money out of that fee and pay for certified mail, meaning a signature upon when I get shipped the phone, I have to sign for it. When I ship it back to you, you got to sign for it, right? So there's no funny business. Nobody can say, hey, I didn't get a phone. Nothing like that, right? So there are certain safeguards that we can put in to protect both the buyer and the seller. Just try to make everything as fair as possible. Again, not trying to nickel and dime not trying to screw anybody over. But this is really cool. In fact, I was considering doing a video on this with one of those Pixels already, but I think I'm going to just sell them since they're already on the site. But I'm definitely going to do a video on Graphene OS. The de-Googled software, privacy and security is number 1. So I think $100 is fair price, something like that, right? Okay. And it gets updates like every other Pixel, right? So it's not like you essentially really don't have to do anything after you install it, because you'll get notified of every update, and you can just simply hit update like every other Pixel. Man, they sure don't make phones like they used to, although Pixel's not as bad as companies like LG, Samsung. Woo! Those phones used to be fun to root. And did y'all root any of your phones when you had them, or no? Essentially breaking the seal, so to speak, for installing or having root permissions, installing custom firmware, all that stuff. But anyways, I'll keep y'all updated on that. And if you got any questions, y'all know where to reach me. All right, so look at this. We got a new video. Yes, we got a new video. Pixel 9 Pro versus the iPhone 15 Pro Max. What the hell? 14 or 15? 14 Pro Max. What? That's not the latest and greatest. Although, it does essentially look identical as the 15 Pro Max, so what's the big deal? Let's check this video out. Now, thankfully, it is on TikTok, so I can show it without getting a copyright strike. So, now let me turn the volume down. This video is very, very loud, so hang on, let me turn the volume down. Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. Brand new video. This just gives you a good comparison, right? So they have the black Pixel 9 Pro XL, and an iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is essentially the same thing as an iPhone 15 Pro Max, right? Don't get it confused. The upcoming iPhone 16 Pro Max is going to be considerably different. Now, it's going to look the same. It's just going to be huge. It's going to be way bigger than it is right now, which I don't really understand why they did that, but it is what it is. Let's check this out so we can get a good idea of what it looks like compared to one of the more popular phones out here. Ready? Can y'all hear that? I think I'm not sure if I had the audio on. I know. Okay, it is now. Let's go. Oh, and I'll play it again. Wow. We'll play it again. But first impressions. What are your first impressions? I used to love my Asus ROG phones. I've never had an Asus phone or the ROG phone. I think I might like to, although I just don't play games, so I never saw the point in me getting it, right? I would like to root my S5 to remove all the bloatware it came with. Tons of bloatware. Universal Android debloater and did not reclaim the storage space taken up. Yeah, some of those are tricky. I've run a lot of those. I've flashed a lot of those zips, zip files, the debloaters. Look, some of them worked, some of them didn't. Here's the other thing that I kind of got wary of towards the end of my flashing days is that you can have a totally legitimate service or right. So let's use this as an example. Let's say you downloaded a debloater zip. You're gonna flash on your S5 to get rid of all that stupid bloatware. Well, it may do that, in fact, but a developer might slip in something to spy on you. It's happened before. And look, you can break those down. You can unpack it. You can look at everything that's in the packages that's going to be installed and run on your phone. But some of these things got hundreds of lines of codes and files and all this stuff. But very true. I've had some that work great. I've had some that took off too much to where it strips your phone down to literally 3 apps. I'm like, what the hell did just happen? But here's what I noticed on that Pixel 9. Yes. Yeah, minimal. I've used that before. Sorry, it was minimal fast boot ADB UAD only helped in the package names. Yes. I used that minimal ADB, but see, here's the catch. There's there's more than a couple versions on the internet. I think Android Studio updated. In fact, I have the new one on my other computer. I want to say about 18 months ago, right? Maybe a year and a half ago, over a year ago, they updated Android Studio. And up until 18 months ago, or a year ago, I was using the working version of minimal fastboot ADB. It was awesome. You plug your phone in, a couple commands, and you're gone. You don't have to download the whole rigmarole, which you do now, but I mean, you can. Anyways, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. In fact, I think one of my computers still has that. I think this HP still has the minimal fastboot on it. Now, what I was going to say about these phones, about this Pixel. So here's the deal. Here's why and here's one of the reasons why I like that Nexus 5 so much. And again, personal preference. But my personal feeling on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, specifically that black color. I'm not really too fond of the glossy sides. It looks like it has a matte back, which looks cool, right? Less fingerprints. I think it actually looks cooler that way. I just don't like the glossy sides. You're still going to pick up fingerprints. If the back is going to be a non-shiny matte black, I want a non-shiny mid-frame border around the phone. That's why I got the black Z Flip 6. Because all the other colors of the Flip 6 have that accent color, right? So if you got the yellow one, or the mint blue one, or actually mint green, blue, whatever. So let's say you get the mint one, the same color as this. Let's say you get this Flip 6. It's the mint green. Well, they also have that accented around the cameras, which I'm not that concerned about. But they also put some weird, it's like a chrome silver that's slightly tinted towards the color on the back. Notice that whenever you see reviews of the Flip 6 or any other phone, they always have a shiny accented mid-frame. The mid-frame is actually the mid part of the phone, right? You got glass and glass sandwiched together. Well, the metal border is technically called a mid-frame. The only one that had a matte black mid-frame in the Flip 6 was the black one. All the other ones had silver. All the other ones had a chromy, glossy look finish. That's why I like this one, because all the other S24 Ultras have like a shiny border. I like the non-shiny stuff. I don't know. But look at this. Let's see. In the iPhone, they're notorious for you always using the same deal. iPhone, as you can tell on that iPhone, it's a chrome. It's a very shiny chrome border. At least on the Google one, it is tinted dark to match the black backside of it. And again, little things, right? Like in the end, it doesn't matter, but it's just little personal things. If I was designing the phone, I would not make this shiny. I would make it the same matte black as the back of the phone. I just think it looks cooler, looks sleeker, it looks like a bat phone, right? Like a Batman would use. iPhone, they have been going, look at all these fingerprints. iPhone's been stuck on this same design for years. There you get a good look. So there again, and it's interesting, Google puts the FCC markers, indicators on the side of the phone, which now, look, I'm sure most of y'all use a case. I don't know. Some people like to risk it all. Not me. So I guess when it's all said and done, I'm not going to be looking at the sides of the phone that much. But, you know, just little things. But size-wise, matches up pretty close to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. You can tell it's about the same width, the same height. It's pretty damn close. Ooh, man, I can't wait. Wait, what's going on, Daniel? I appreciate you joining us today, sir. We got about, 10, 15 minutes left. We were just going over the new Pixel leak with comparing it to an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Oh, yeah, we already got that fast boot. Yeah, you know what? I was, again, I have random thoughts throughout the day when it comes to this stuff. I was thinking, for some reason, and I know it's just by look, it's by feel, it's by how it works. Just something about, we're kind of talking about, or at least we were the last few minutes, kind of favorite phones, taking a walk down memory lane. This phone, I think it's going to be really hard to sell. Now, the Nothing Phone 1, I know still tons of people use it. That's in the hearts of a lot of people. I think if I had to get rid of, and again, it's like picking a favorite child. If I had to get rid of my Nothing Phone 2A or my Nothing Phone 2, said you got to sell one, which one are you going to keep? Call me crazy, but I think I'm keeping this. For some reason, I keep on going back to this, picking it up, using it. It's light, it's paperweight. I mean, it's nothing. No pun intended. It's plastic. I don't worry about it breaking. It's fast as hell. Now, one downside, this phone is so beautiful. If you've ever held, this is the slipperiest phone I've ever used in my life. Ever. Just yesterday, or 2 days ago, this phone, the Nothing Phone 2, was sitting face down on my desk. Face down or on its back, I can't remember. It slid off of my desk. And it probably took 30 minutes for it to do that. But that's how smooth this thing is. It slips right out of your hands. If you got dry hands, it is flying out of your hands quick. Currently making a video about this. Nothing Phone 2. I don't want to get rid of them. But if I had to, I'd probably get rid of the 2. But look, it is a slow news day. But, in fact, let's see. Do you remember what that HTC was called? The HTC with the Google, was it Google One? It was the all metal one. It had that little camera in the center. It was like a silver. It had that like rounded back. I can't remember the name of that. Oh yes. I'm gonna do this too. So we'll do the giveaway for the CMF buds next week. I still have to do a review. Just part of the deal that I have with them. So I still have to do a review. I did get it okay to give away the buds. Again, just a quick update. I know some people just joined. I, for whatever reason, have not gotten, and I know they're busy, so it's all good, but still have not gotten the okay on the watch or the phone. I replied back and asked about those two specifically, so I'm sure I should hear something here pretty soon, but I got the okay on the buds, so I'm going to do a review on that. Next week, I'll keep you updated. We'll do it probably next Friday. We'll do the drawing for the buds. Now, I'm going to get a couple of these. And I think I'm going to get a couple because not only am I going to do a review on these with my own money, but I'm going to get one of these, maybe 2, maybe 3 to give away, right? So I read this article earlier. They're saying this is the best, the very best tag when it comes to Android's new Find My Device network. There's been some hit or misses. I know it took a few manufacturers a little time to get their products out to the public that fully work with the new Find My Device network. The author, what's his name? Nirave Gondia. He's saying this is it. This works the best. Now, I would have purchased Samsung, and I was this close to buying like a 4 or 5 pack of the new Samsung ones, but they only work with Samsung phones. I know we have a lot of Pixel subscribers. We have a ton of Nothing subscribers. I was actually looking at the analytics, and we have a lot of India subscribers, and I know that's because of the Nothing stuff. So not everybody could use the Samsung, whatever they call them, smart tags. So I wanted to get a smart tag when available that anybody could use that has a newer Android phone. And it looks like Motorola got it. So I'm actually going to go, we can purchase them now, I believe. Anyways, I'll do that. I'll do that when this is done. I still need the contest winner from last week still has not reached out. I don't know if he couldn't find my email, but I think he won a couple of cases. If he doesn't reach out, probably this week, we'll just redo the drawing then, I guess. Okay, so a 4-pack costs $100. These will be available August the 2nd. One will cost $30. 4-pack will cost $100. Not bad. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to buy a 4-pack specifically and give 3 away while I keep 1. Well, I might give 2 away. I might keep 2, but you get the point. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh yes, the Nord 4. How could I forget? Oh yes. Man, I apologize. Updates. So if you have a Samsung device, check it right now. Right now. Right before I hit live, my S24 Ultra got an update. And I'm assuming my Plus got an update, but I'm recording on it right now. Let me go in. Now, I tried to look at the change log. Samsung is so vague with their change log. It just says July security update. Now, I know they've changed more than that. For whatever reason, they're being stingy on information. So I don't know as of right now what it's changed, but I can tell you is that you will be on the latest security patch. Now, that's for the S24 series. However, Android Police is also reporting the S21, the Z Fold 3, the Z Flip 3, the Z Flip 4, and Fold 4 are getting updates right now. Now, this will bring... Hold up. Is this 6.1.1? And I have another news update real quick that we'll get to, but I want to verify this version. It's still 6.1. So I updated the S24 Ultra. It's on the latest security patch. And it's still 6.1. So it looks like Samsung does have plans to update previous phones to 6.1.1 before they push out One UI 7. Meaning if you have an S24 series, S24 Plus, S24 Ultra, you're going to see an update with a tagged with version 6.1.1 before you see 7. Damn, I thought my screen was broke for a second. Okay. Now, there's a day one. If you pre-ordered a Z Fold 6, a Z Flip 6, there is a day one update. So Samsung has released the July security patch, I believe, and One UI 6.1.1 to all Flip 6 and Fold 6 devices. So we should see a number of people that pre-ordered getting their phones this week. In fact, I double checked on mine this morning, early this morning, at like 2 in the morning. Has not shipped. Maybe it has now, but I haven't checked. I'll check it shortly. But we should get ours here, I'm assuming within a couple days. And if you're one of those people as well, just remember, check for updates, because you will have an update that's a day one update ready for you, ready to roll. Now, it's going to bring a bunch of this stupid Galaxy AI stuff I don't use. I'm sure most people don't, from what I've kind of been poking around on the internet. But there's 1 or 2 features that's cool. But let's see. So Samsung detailed the devices that are going to receive One UI 6.1.1 update before they get One UI 7.0. So One UI 7, it's not going to be a drastic change, but you'll see subtle changes. I'm hoping for more smooth, refined stuff under a heavy load. I got a very, very heavy load on this S24 Ultra. Now, I've been using it as my daily driver for a while, right? And it's just recently that I put it down and actually using this as my daily driver, the OnePlus 12. Now, I always keep a second phone on me all the time, whether I leave the wherever I go. So my second phone could be the Nothing Phone 2. The second phone could be the Pixel. The second phone could be the whatever, the Flip. I don't know. But it seems like to me, I picked up the S24 Ultra. I thought maybe I felt a little hiccup. I felt a little stutter.
2 bars in one
It's been a long time, maybe over a year since I've experienced that.
Bar.
Huh, that's weird. Updated all my apps, Samsung apps, Google apps, cleared out the memory. I even restarted the whole device. Put it down, and the next day another stutter. So I don't know if it's due. Haven't really looked into it, but I'm almost maxed out my my memory, right? And I have 512 gigs, so I'll look into stuff. I haven't really investigated. Could be it's just in sleep mode and I pick it up and it starts stuttering, but which would be okay as long as it doesn't stutter, 3 or 4 minutes after you start using it. But I just hope for a little smoother experience, maybe a little more RAM management, better RAM management. Not that it's bad, but hopefully a little better battery life. That's with software upgrades, you'll either see you hear some people say the battery life sucks after this update, or it's really good after this update. So hopefully we get the really good. But if you have an S24, S23, S22, Z Fold 5, Z Flip 5, Fold 4, Flip 4, Tab S9, Tab S8, you got 6.1.1 headed your way. Now, I also confirmed today, see, I always keep notes with me, and I'm all over the place today. Tomorrow, I promise I'll have notes. I also confirmed today that if you're a Samsung tablet user and or lover, the Samsung Galaxy S10, see, I already jacked the name up. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 series is going to launch in October. Got word on that this morning that we are going to get the Tab S10, Tab S10 Plus, Tab S10 Ultra in October. So that kind of, I know I had a subscriber or viewer reach out to me. He was wanting to get one, but didn't know if he should because we didn't know when the new tablets are coming. Because it's been over a year since the last launch, and nobody knew when they were coming out. So if you're interested, that may or may not help you. I don't know, but it might. Look for deals. I'm sure that's how I got this one. There's going to be deals all over the place to get rid of stock, right? Oh, the Nord 4. How could I forget? Let's check the Nord 4, and I'll get out of here. You're down. You got yours? Sweet. Awesome. Yes, the One M8. Thank you, Daniel. Yes, that was one of my favorite phones of all time. We were going through, and it's hard to pick, right? There's been so many good ones, a lot of bad ones. But I was like, I don't know, what is maybe y'all's top 3 phones, favorite phones? Just going through them, and I think I said Nexus 5, that One M8, and see, I'm having a hard time even with 3. Probably the Note 20 Ultra. Now, I have not used a ton of Asia-based phones, meaning like Oppo or Xiaomi. I don't even think I've never used one before, ever. So I was saying maybe I did an Oppo, but no, I don't think I have. OnePlus doesn't count. I'm talking Oppo, real ones. So I'm going to try to incorporate some more of those this year. Maybe get an Oppo, maybe get a couple of global variants. Xiaomi, I want to get their latest phone with the Gen 4 in late December, early January. Because I think those are cool, right? Say what you want, but I think they look cool. Yeah, I got to get out of here. But yeah, so that was my top 3. I think, just right off the top of my head. Nord 4. Let's check this out real quick. Okay. Now, I know OnePlus is going to have this event. Shit, when was it? Did I miss it? Oh, no. I think we're a day or two away. Because I definitely want to get this phone. Here we go. 11 hours ago, Nord 4 full price and specs leak ahead of July 6th. Ooh. What time is it? Maybe we can live stream it. Now remember, this is going to have the brand new battery tech in here. That's one of the main reasons why I want to get it, is to test their new. Now we reviewed in the new battery tech that OnePlus is putting. Now OnePlus is not only, this is not going to be a one-off thing or for global phones. This Nord 4 will be the very first phone that they're going to put this new battery tech in, but they're also going to put it in every mid-range and or flagship moving forward from here on out. It's a lot bigger, it lasts a lot longer, and it charges super fast. So you know how a typical battery maybe lasts 4 or 5 years, right? And then you got to change the battery. You know, battery health wears out. I think OnePlus was stated at saying after 5 years, was it 5 or 6 years of usage, it will just then get to 80% battery health. Typically, after 5 or 6 years, any number, I don't care which one it is, pick a cell phone, a 5 or 6 year old cell phone that's been used regularly, not one that's been sitting in the cabinet, but one that's been used regularly. If you check the battery health, I don't know, 20, 30%, maybe 40 at the most. So for them to, it's outstanding. And they increased their, hallelujah, they increased their update schedule. They promised longer updates. I think they were up to 4 or 5, 6 years. 6 years. OnePlus has notoriously been late every month on their, or a month behind on the security patches, and only promised I think 3 software updates in the past. They blew me away today. They doubled it. So that's good. Samsung, Google, how they continually up the ante with supporting these devices. That's good. You're putting pressure. You're putting pressure on nothing, on OnePlus, on Xiaomi, to continue that update. Let's see. 6.7 4-inch OLED Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3. It is what it is. 50 megapixel primary camera, 16 megapixel selfie, 5500 mAh battery, 100 watt fast charging, Android 14. Launching summer in Milan, July 16th, along with the OnePlus Pad. That's what it was. 4 years of OS updates, 6 years of security patches. I stand corrected. OnePlus is set to launch its latest smartphones at the company's summer launch event in Milan, Italy on July 16th. Apart from Nord 4, the Chinese smartphone maker will also launch OnePlus Pad 2, Nord Buds 2 Pro, and Watch 2R. So where's the price? See, this is going to have really, really good specs because all the other specs in here look pretty freaking good. Now, minus the processor, but it's still going to be a decent processor. It's a 7 series, but I've been so impressed with What media? I mean, this is nothing to brag about. The processor in here, absolutely nothing to brag about, and it's lightning fast. So we all know OnePlus, right? We all know how buttery smooth their operating system is. They're gonna make this one very, very quick, very snappy, very fast. So I'm not worried one bit about the CPU. In fact, I think that's still a decent CPU for playing some games. I would have no idea. I don't play games, but let's see. It's gonna have a resolution. That's weird. 2772 by 1240 pixels. DDR5X RAM. That's good. UFS 4.0 storage. That's good. Sony 50 megapixel. Interesting. In-display sensor. Wow. So there you go. 17,900 millimeters of cooling technology and an IR blaster. As we get closer to the Pixel launch, I'm going to get into this whole overheating thing with Pixel. That's going to require its own podcast, its own separate special show. I'll probably do that this week. I'm gathering information. I want to make it look somewhat presentable. I'm going to add Google. I'm going to add everybody in this video because this overheating thing, it's hindering. It's the number one complaint on Pixel devices, flat out. So we'll get into it probably tomorrow or the next day. But let's look at this. So where's the price? 27. Is that what is that, rupees? Can I do an image search? Yeah, these companies take us for fools. Some do. Actually, a lot do. Yes, translate this. Okay, yes, it is the rupee. That's what I thought it was, but the R logo looks different for whatever reason. I'm not used to seeing that one. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so that comes in. They're claiming it's going to be under 30,000 rupees. So what does that translate into the US dollar? That equals $358. So you're looking at another looks like another badass phone, less than $400. Another phone coming in at $350. Man, that's music to my ears. Looks like Nothing will have some stiff competition with the Nord 4. With Nothing's Phone 2A. That's right up their alley. Specs look better than this 2A, but that's not the whole thing, right? Specs aren't everything. So I believe this is going to be launched globally. And I will let you know tomorrow. Let's find out when it is. I'm going to try and grab me one as soon as it's available. I could just go to OnePlus's website, I guess. That'd probably be the smartest thing. In fact, let's do that. You notice not many American... I mean, you get Android Central, Android Police. But when you search OnePlus or OnePlus stuff, man, there's a lot of... I know they're really popular in India, right? In that part of the world. But the amount of coverage OnePlus gets is not nearly enough here. Again, market share, I get it, but it's covered heavily over there. So let's get on OnePlus's website. I got to roll, but let me just see when the live stream is. It's for the stupid thing. And then we'll get out of here. $399 with any trade-in. Oh, damn, I need to change my price. I'll do that when we're done here. So when is this event? Come on now. Yo, damn, that looks so nice. Look at see that white one right there, the silver one. Oh, right here. So OnePlus summer launch event starts seconds, minutes, hours. So we're looking at 13 hours. So, oh, Jesus, it's gonna be another morning show. Why are they doing this? Tabs are all getting messed up. Okay, so, what's going on? Sorry. I gotta roll. So it says OnePlus summer launch event, 9 a.m. Eastern. Oh, those are those weird times again. I think y'all had to help me out with the time with the Samsung one. Anyways, I'll figure out the time that they're going to have this event, and I will live stream it. At least try to, and not get a strike. But we'll cover this. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to try and get this phone. So it should be launched globally, so we should be able to. But yeah, so I got to roll. I'm way overdue on my time, so I really appreciate it. Look for a potential special edition OnePlus summer launch event live stream tomorrow morning sometime, maybe. I'll put out a community post, and obviously hit the notification bell and subscribe to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel to get notified when we do go live. And we'll cover all this. We'll go over the specs. We'll go over, are you going to get it or you're not going to get it? Competition, maybe. A new kid on the block for this mid-range phone of the year. Looks like it. So we'll try to get one in here and sort it out. But join us tomorrow. We're going to cover this, and we'll probably cover the Pixel overheating stuff unless there's other big news that interrupts that. But thank you. Let me shut up and get out of here. Appreciate it, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. It's 8 a.m., Brian. Oh. Same as Samsung, right? So, wasn't that bad. Yeah, it should be all right. We'll see. I'll see you at 8 a.m. bright and early. Peace out.